Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Attingham Park. Now I have put into here all of the straw that we own, and it is still done almost nothing. We're not even halfway. Strange thing is, I'm still being told I have straw left over because, for some strange reason, the Crossfield Dairy silo was also filled with straw while I was filling that up. So I think once this straw runs out, we'll actually notice that straw vanish as well. But maybe there's a weird bug, I don't know. The good news is I have managed to use up all of the straw bales, so we can actually return this. We don't have to keep it any longer than necessary, because we're not going to be getting any more straw during winter. Another piece of good news, I have managed to fix the silage problem. If anybody has this issue in the future, then try disabling LSFM farm equipment. That was causing the issue for me. I did notice in the changelog there is an update that fixed a bug. It said incompatibility with patch blah blah blah. I have updated it, but I haven't yet turned it back on because I just want to be safe. So for now it's not turned on. That's fine, but it does now mean that the grass silage is being processed through. We are going to get more digestate, and we can sell some bales. But before we do that, we've obviously got a job to do here. Yes, we are finally going to get this finished. I have actually started. So I did do 2 loads, I think, off camera. And we're going to get cracking with this straight away, because, as I said, we really need to get this job done. Now, I'm going to talk you through why the money has suddenly increased, and what that strange £4,400 charge was last time. So the money has increased because I processed all of the tomatoes. That's why we're about 2.5 hours in the future. Let me turn that time back up, in fact. I processed all of the tomatoes through the tomato juice factory. And then I sold them, and then I sold the factory, and then I sold the selling point. Now I did this on a second save game, but it turned out that I did some of it on the second save game, and I actually did do some of it on the main game. So now it's a bit annoying, because now that I know that actually it was LSFM that was causing the issue and not that mod, I could turn it back on. But I've already turned it off, so I think we may as well just leave it at this point. So that money, we've got 40,000 just about for that. We've also had some bales sell. Twice now, I've started the game and bales were sold. But when I looked in the... oh, what's it called? When I looked over at the bale sell point, I could see that the bales were still on the trailer, so I'm not quite sure what's happened there. We are going to go and sell those bales later on, because that was something I wanted. I wanted to get some money from selling some of the bales off, so we'll get that finished. Good news though is that now that everything's working properly, I can be certain that this silage is going to become corn silage, or maize silage, because I was a little bit worried that we were going to end up with just normal silage. I'd have to turn Maize Plus off. I was really struggling. I think I tried turning off 7 or 8 mods until I finally stumbled across it in the Maize Plus Discord channel and realised that that was the problem. LSFM. So glad I realised that. A big shout out to that Discord channel for giving me a hand there. And yes, the €4,400 charge, turns out that was because Courseplay has been told if the condition of the tool or the vehicle drops below a certain threshold, it must be repaired. And that was the repair cost for the tractor. Yeah, now it all starts to fall into place. I could not work out what it was, and then when I was watching the video back, the raw video, not the edited one, I suddenly realised, I think I know what this is. because I could see the condition of the tractor suddenly improve. Went to 100%, which I've now managed to sap a fair amount of that off. I'm glad we're getting this job finished though. I was planning on putting a cover crop into field 25, but turns out it's actually a time limit on when you can put cover crops in, and I have passed that. So there's no cover crop, there's going to be nothing in there over winter at all, which is a shame. Could have got ourselves some free nitrogen. And by the way, I know this isn't actually the correct way of doing this job, but it's easier than constantly detaching and reattaching. So this is the way I did it for the first 2 loads, and it's the way I'm going to do it this time as well. Apparently the cows have started producing manure, but I am yet to see where that manure is. I thought it would spawn in this point just here to the side of me. It didn't, so I thought, okay, maybe it's going to appear in the side where the seeder is. It hasn't. So I don't really know where it is. I know that it should be coming out. If we have a quick look at the cows, we can see... it doesn't say it here actually, it says it in the other menu if you sort of go into the cow pen. We'll have a quick look for it, see if I can find it. Because otherwise it may be that it's on the floor and I need to scrape it all up. But I couldn't see it. So, none here, or at least you can't see any. And in here, that could be manure, but I think it's just dirt. Really can't tell. Doesn't look like any manure back there. And in here, don't see any either, but it did say somewhere. Oh, I know where it said the manure was. Or, yeah, I know where it was telling me about the manure, actually. It was in time-saving stock check. It tells me that at the moment we've got 300 litres of manure. Now maybe 300 litres is just so little that it doesn't even register. We can't see it. Maybe. We'll have to find out once we've got more. I'm not worried. We're going to have plenty of it, I think. Even though we've filled them with less than 50%. We filled them with 200,000 litres. That is a substantial amount of... oops. Substantial amount of manure, straw. And that manure, I don't know yet what we'll do with it. I haven't decided whether we'll spread it on the fields directly, or if we will, or if we're going to put it into the thing, BGA. If we put it into the BGA, then we only need to have one machine, and that is a slurry spreader, which obviously spreads digestate. If we use the manure, I have to buy a manure spreader. Now at the moment I can use the slurry spreader for transporting the slurry from the cows over to the BGA. I could use this trailer to take manure, and I can use the slurry spreader for actually spreading digestate around. It seems like a no-brainer. But what do you guys think? Should I do some manure spreading? It is something a little interesting. I think if we were to do manure spreading, I'd do it once with a leased vehicle. I wouldn't buy a manure spreader. That doesn't really seem like it'd be worth it. Because I think running the farm on primarily digestate is just a much better way of doing this, really. And we are also going to spread the digestate on this field. Not today. But we do also need to go stone picking. Now stone picking, I think we're going to get a fair number of stones, so that may have to be a sort of half on camera, half off camera job. And this is where 3 tractors would be useful, because we're often needing to use 2 tractors, this big one biggest one we have, and then the other one is meant to be a yard tractor. Really, he can pull trailers around, but not as well as this guy. Really, we need a third tractor, about the same size as this, or a much bigger one, but we don't have the money for that. And then we could always have enough vehicles available. That would be ideal. But obviously it's not the situation we're in. We do have plenty of money though. We've got this 50,000. We've got a field that's planted already. I do need to spread fertilizer, and that is going to be the job we do straight after this, I think. We will we'll do it with this tractor actually, because then I can do two things at once. I can be a little bit smart, hopefully. Now that I've said I'll be a little bit smart, this is going to go horribly wrong. Right, I think I'm going to jump cut until I am near the end, and I'll see you then. This is all that's left, so we'll get this finished quickly. It won't take too long. And then I did say about spraying, but actually we are not going to be able to do that. It is not the right time of day. We're losing light so quickly. Of course it is November, so that makes sense. So I think what we'll do instead is we'll do a little bit of logistics work. We've got those bales that we need to sell off. We'll get those done. They're currently sat there in the cell trigger waiting to be sold. So we'll get those sorted. And then I think we will move the slurry from the cows over to the BGA so it can process through, be turned into digestate, and then when January sort of time comes, we will be able to crack on with getting the fields spread. It would be very nice if we could use fertilizer, but I do like the idea of keeping costs down as low as possible. I think last time we used fertilizer on this field, but we used digestate on the larger field. Also used herbicide in this field and not on the large one. Now the large field, one thing I haven't really decided is what we're going to plant there. Now last time we didn't use anything. Last time no digestate at all, and that was because we grew soybeans and they don't need any nitrogen. That's correct. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it would be nice to do soybeans again, just because I don't then have to put any nitrogen down in the large field. But I think we should probably change. However, I will show you in a moment exactly what the options are, and then I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You can tell me which crop you think we should grow in this field and the large field. Both of them are going to be planted for autumn crops, because of course we are way too late for spring crops or summer. Should have planted those a while ago, but we are now done. So I will get this tipped in a minute. First of all, let me show you the crop options. So after Christmas we can plant oats, corn, sunflowers, soybeans, potatoes, sugar beet, and sorghum. We're not going to do grapes or olives, and in fact we're not going to do potatoes or sugar beet because I don't think it's going to be worth it. The cost of getting the equipment is so high, I'm not sure it's actually worth doing. So I'd say oat, corn, sunflowers, soybeans, and sorghum are options. Sorghum might be an interesting one to do in the big field. Because we are going to be getting straw from the wheat field that we planted. If we did oats as well, we'd make sure that we had plenty of straw, like a lot. That would be quite cool. We could maybe do oats in this field, the small field, sorghum in the big field. What do you think? Let me know. But those are your options: corn, sunflowers, oats, and sorghum. So get this guy tipped in. And we've not got a massive amount, but we did also tip a fair amount into the sheep's barn for them to eat. Well, we're not feeding them just yet, but yeah, we tipped quite a lot in there. That is all going to have to be compacted, of course, but that's going to be a job for another day. I'm not worrying about that just yet. So we'll let that collapse down. I will return this corn header, and I will see you over at the bale sell point. Here's our lovely pile of bales. So some of them have sold, it appears. That's what was going on. Interesting. Now, I'm guessing as soon as I unstrap, they will all sell. There we go. So another 7,858. Plus 480 as an environmental score reward. That is very nice. So I think we're going to head over to our farm. I did say I'd do some logistics work, but I think before I do that, I'm going to get this bale topped up. I'm going to get this trailer topped up with bales so that we can sell another batch, because during winter there's not much to do, so we may as well do some selling. But interestingly, this guy thinks he's got bales already loaded on. I think because 2 of them sold without me taking the tension belts off, so he's now become very, very confused about what's happening. But anyway, let's get up to the field. We're almost there. It's actually not too far from the BGA area. It's quite nice in that sense. Sling left by here. That was a cat being very noisy as they entered. Yeah, probably should have put the indicators on, but there we go. And let's grab ourselves some bales. I did want to spread digestate in this field as well, but as it happens, we've not actually been cutting the grass fields that much. Because we haven't been cutting them much, we've not been taking too much nitrogen from them. Something weird is going on here. It thinks that I've got 9 bales when actually I've only got 7. So is it going to let me put the last 2 on? I think not. I think it's going to have a bit of a fit. Which is fine, we can always come and collect them another day. Oh no. Oh no, hang on. I said oh no, but actually... yeah, he thinks he's got 12 on. Okay, well... what I will do... I'll park this bale trailer just by here. Oh no, I can't. I can't park the bale trailer. I know exactly why. Because if I park the bale trailer, it starts sliding all over the place when I've got bales on. That means we're actually going to have to sell this now. So let's quickly head down to the sell point and get these sold. And we are now ready to head in. I am making a real mess of this turn this time. I could see it. My approach angle was just shocking. And of course, it's only in FS that you purposely smack into things. Alright. You two don't want to sell? Why not? Oops. He does this sometimes. 916 a bale is not bad. Right, now I'm going to get over to the shop, to the farm, and we can get some slurry moved. Refilling in progress. I think, yeah, we've got more than a full load. Oh no, that is all of it. Now I just noticed, I hit the right key. How do I get in there? This silo says that it's got 450 litres of manure in it and 135,000 litres of straw. So maybe it actually is in here. Let's have a look. So I've apparently got 215 litres in storage, 450 litres of manure in storage as well. That's really weird. Crossfields Dairy Silo. So it seems to be storing straw and manure in there. Slurry. So I don't have any slurry anymore. That makes sense. Why am I no longer processing slurry? I should be processing it. Yes. We are processing grass silage. That's good. Yeah, there we go. So I should be processing both. Okay, and now let's head over and get this dropped off, and this can all process through as well to become digestate. Now I do need to think about what I'm going to do next year with grass fields, because I have a significant amount of grass. I have the field that we're about to drive through now, I have this area here with the cows, I also have the sheep field as well, because they're not grazing. I'm thinking of building a second pen for them, like an open air pen that I can relocate them to just for the purposes of sort of mowing. I can move them there for a day or two just so I can mow. Oof, we've got nitrogen. We have already spread digestate on the grass field, so I don't think we can do any more. But we're not going to today anyway. That's not what this tanker is for. This tanker is for us to deliver some lovely, lovely liquid poo over to the well, put the brakes, I know what's going to happen. Over to the BGA. I know I go around that corner too fast sometimes and tip the entire thing. That's what I'm trying to avoid, if I can. Okay, and we should be dropping off around here. He's already given me the message, but I would like to get into a more realistic spot if I can. There we go. So he is now going to process all of that slurry, which there is a fair amount left. And we've still got this sugar beet cut over here as well. Or is this? I think this might actually just be. This is sugar beet. It's not cut. I haven't cut it yet. It's taken a while. Now I don't think there's actually anything else left to do today, and it is late. So we're probably going to leave it here, and then next episode we'll do a little bit more work in the field. I think we need to get some stones picked. That way we can process them into lime. We can also spread some lime. We also need to get the fertilising done in the wheat field. That is very, very important, because otherwise we will not have any benefit in the wheat field at all. But for now, that is going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.